What's going on, everybody? If you caught my Spider-Man Premium Format unboxing, you knew this was coming. We have the Fastball Special quarter scale Premium Format by Sideshow. Colossus doing his iconic team-up move with Wolverine. This was a tough decision, man, between the 1/5 scale that had the comic book background or this one. But I just know I love quarter scale and up, and I figured I would want to see one of Sideshow's first quarter scale dioramas. Again, I'm trying to think of which other ones they may have had, at least not in the comic book space, but quarter scale dio. Can't wait to see the Batman vs. Joker one. But for now, we've got the Fastball Special number 170 out of 700. Let's get it out of the shipper and take a look at this art box. I actually did make that shot, by the way. All right, guys, here we go. A nice, sleek, all-black art box. You have a picture of the statue on the front, kind of a grayed-out picture on each side, one of Wolverine, one of Colossus, and then just Fastball Special on the back and on the top. Whew. All right, not too bad this time. I guess it didn't need any corner styrofoam pieces. All right, we have the minty fresh seal of approval, the QC, the quality control, and the straps. If I wasn't filming this, I would never remove these from the bottom of the styrofoam. I would carefully leave them in place so when I put it back. But, you know, for the shot, man, we got to do it for the shot. All right, here we go. Sideshow. We see this is the top. Let's lift her up. Wow. Right away, I see Colossus. Got a large piece for Colossus, then Wolverine here. The base looks huge. I see a huge Sentinel face. I'm glad I went with the quarter scale over the 1/5. I love that background, and I'll probably say that again during this review, but I wanted to see these two iconic characters in quarter scale. Let's look at the base here, which you're kind of given a treat here. You have a humongous Sentinel head. So if you've been collecting some of the other X-Men pieces in quarter scale, a lot of them will have Sentinel pieces to go with this. So you have this big explosion coming out of his right eye with the flame. You're getting the little cloud plumes or explosion going up here. A very dirty kind of looking Sentinel face on that tan part. And then you have the crushed in purple with the nice shading. At the bottom, you have these exposed wires. You can see the copper wiring within. Here's the bottom, Fastball Special, number 170 out of 700 for Sideshow's 30th Annie. Nice weight to the base, nice large Sentinel head. All right, let's start from the bottom and work our way up. So we have Colossus's left hand. Love the detail. I love how they depict that organic metal that is his skin and his tendons and his knuckles. Then you have that bracelet, the fading to the red with the gold trim. Very nice. And then we have Wolverine's claws. Right away, it reminds me of the Wolverine Premium Format, and that's been already so many years ago from Sideshow. Very similar with the blue gloves and those sharp claws. You can see like the texturing of the leather, the shadowing, and on the paint job, and of course like the muscle definition in his forearms there. All right, let's get this body out of here. This big boy Colossus. Yeah, this is a huge piece. Quarter scale, has a lot of weight to it. I love the color scheme here. You have, again, that organic silver metal as his skin, and then you have the outfit with the yellow and the red, finned out for those shoulder pads. You can see nice leather texturing on the boots, again with the shading, the dark red to reds with the gold trim, the realistic folds in the boot. Love the pose. He's ready to pitch Wolverine. And speaking of Wolverine, here we go. So the right hand of Colossus is on Wolverine's left foot as he's ready to launch him at whoever they're fighting. More Sentinels, it seems. He got the classic yellow and blue with the black tiger stripes across his shoulder and across his torso. Here you have some sculpted in looking hair on the outside of Wolverine's arms. Got the biceps, the veins showing, nice skin texturing, nice detail and weathering on the shoulder pads. Actually on the back, they had like these kind of little slips of very thin styrofoam to protect that. Going down to the boots, again with the leather texturing, the classic fanned out boots that remind me of his headgear as well. All right, then we have the head sculpt for Colossus. He's got that stern face. Those eyebrows are so sharp, just like his flat top, but a nice metallic coat on the silver, and then that matte flat black for the hair. Whited out eyes. I'm actually a fan of whited out eyes. I've seen some people talking about the Riddler and not liking that on the new PF, but I think it's very comic booky and it removes any imperfections that you could have with like using decals or even painting the eyes. Lastly, here goes Logan, Wolverine with the snarling portrait. See, this is another piece. It's quarter scale, but they went all out with the teeth and the tongue. You can see it has a higher quality to it. It shows depth. You have kind of that gloss on there as well with the sharp canines on both the top and bottom row. The snarling nose, again, whited out eyes. You can see the emotion behind the mask. The mask kind of crinches up by him. Of course, you got those fanned out fins for his mask with that modern kind of realistic looking yellow piece with the stitching and everything on his head. So that is all of the pieces. Let's start getting this guy put together. All right, let's start by getting the body into the Sentinel head. All right, that goes in pretty smooth, and then his right foot just rests in the indentation on the base. Let's go ahead and get his left hand going. And we might as well just finish with Colossus with that head sculpt. All right, well, almost finished. We got to do his right hand along with Wolverine. So let's go ahead and get the peg and key in there. It actually goes in really easy as well. Might as well do Wolverine's claws, so they're coming at you. Boom, there goes his right hand. And then let's get his left hand. And then let's cap it off with the head sculpt. Boom, and there we have it, the Fastball Special. Man, definitely glad that I went quarter scale. You can definitely feel that this is a large piece. I mean, take a look at the dimensions. You're talking the top of Wolverine's head, about 23 inches tall, but it's got some depth to it. If you go to like Wolverine's boot to the front of the base, you're looking at like, man, almost 26 inches. And then the depth, well, the base itself, maybe about 12, maybe the whole thing around 14 or 15 inches. Again, it all depends on the angle, but man, it definitely feels like a massive piece. Like I'm actually more impressed with it in person than looking on pictures just because of the sheer presence that it has. And what a great shot, man. Like a picture perfect shot of Colossus launching Wolverine. They're both looking in the same direction. Wolverine is ready to go. Colossus got his left hand hiked back like he's doing a John Madden pose. And man, I actually like the Wolverine anatomy as well because it doesn't feel like small, stocky Wolverine. He feels kind of a little bit lean, and he doesn't seem like too small. He seems like he still has a lot of presence here. And I guess I'm just thinking back at like the Wolverine versus Hulk maquette, which I love, and Hulk is a big character, but Wolverine just feels kind of small in the 1/5 scale. This totally feels quarter scale. Now, looking at Colossus, it reminds me of the Daniel Bell Colossus Premium format that came out a few years ago as well, but this one was actually sculpted by Will Harbottle. It's an Ivan Korotarev design, along with Rachel Rubisic and Ian McDonald. Casey Love on the paint once again. Now, the thing is, if you had a hard time deciding which one to go with, the 1/5 scale or the quarter scale, now it's too late for both. They are both currently waitlisted over on Sideshow. There was a 700 ES on this one, only 500 on this smaller one. And like I mentioned, and I don't know if you guys have seen the pictures for everyone that's watching, but it had a different background option where you can switch out Wolverine's right leg, and there's this big comic book X-Men in the back, and it's cool because it's like a very new and artistic idea, but it was 1/5 scale, and then this one was quarter scale, but without it. So, man, it was a tough decision, but I just felt like I would appreciate this one more, and I think that I'm right. I think it's cool to have that different background, but having Colossus in quarter scale, launching Wolverine, their iconic team-up power move from the comics, I couldn't resist, man. What do you guys think, man? Should I have gone with the 1/5 scale? What do you think about the quarter scale? Either one of them in the comments down below. I appreciate you watching. Stay minty fresh. Peace.